Hey, I really like you, Ray. What shall we do today? Tell me more, cause I don't know what to say. Yeah, I know there'll be other decks to play, but only want you, that's true. Cause I really wanna play a Master Duel with you. Hi everybody, Kevin here. I have a new updated deck list for this season because Spright, I guess Rika Sunvalon, and a bunch of other garbage are like really annoying to play against, right? Okay, to be fair, Spright isn't that annoying. It's just like they can just combo off one card, right? Rika Sunvalon, they can chip you your monsters if you don't draw the right cards, and then personally, I haven't really seen any like runic, I guess Spright at all. I've mostly seen like Live Twin and regular pure Spright for some reason. But anyways, here is the deck list, and of course, if you like what you saw, you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. And if you got any replays or whatever, fill out the form down below and you'll get a free Ray sticker if your replay is featured in the next video. Thank you. All right, on to deck list. Sorry, gonna show YouTube 3 Veiler, 3 Max Cope. Always play 3 of this no matter what. This entire game revolves around resolving Maxi. If you can resolve Maxi, probably a 90% chance you're gonna win. Doesn't always happen, as you'll see why in the replay, but it definitely revolves around this card. You have to play it, and because of that, I mean, you don't really need to play Ash, but to say no to Maxi, you gotta play Ash. And also, overall, Ash is like the universal hand traps, right? A lot of rogue decks, they basically kind of just die to like one Ash. Off the top of my head, again, Exosister is one. Like, it's really good, but if you Ash to Martha or Ash to Caspatel, they can't make Exosister, whatever, the twins, right? The boss, and then they kind of just like have to rely on the one regular one that can't quick effect banish and also like Returnia, so you only get one banish shell. So you gotta play 3 Ash. I changed Ghost Spell from 2 to 1 because you know what, I'd rather play, as you'll see, double triple Tactus Talent. I'd rather play one of these hand traps because, again, Maxi, if it resolves, you're probably going to draw into Ghost Spell, or you can upstart into it, or engage, or, you know, desires into your Ghost Spell. And at the moment, it doesn't seem super duper impactful, except against maybe Tri-Brigade variants of Spright, right? You hit the trap. That's basically the only purpose it has. It's called by, and then hits I guess to a certain extent branded Despia, kind of, right? They activated branded red, but I haven't seen too much of that. We'll see. Triple Ray, sorry. Always play 3 Ray. No Ray, no Platos. Always say I'm not a rapper. 1 Rose. You only need to play 1 of that because Link exists now. 1 Kaiju for, you know, untargetable BS that you'll run into on ladder, because, you know, there's no sighting, so you gotta account for that. 1 Nibiru. Hopefully we draw it off. Maxi. Triple upstart, right? And then here again, Nibiru is kind of like a weird card, right? We know Runic is like, I mean, not Runic, Spright is like the most popular deck. But on the 3rd summon, they're probably going to make Gigantic Spright, right? Unless they're dumb. But then you make Gigantic Spright, you can't Nibiru them anyways. But then on the off chance you play like a combo deck that doesn't play Spright, then you can maybe hardcore punish them, but we'll see. 3 upstart. If I can find a replacement for this, I absolutely would, but for the moment, it's okay. Feels bad they banned, or limited pot of prosperity, which I don't even have 1. What the heck? Maybe I should make 1, but we'll see. 1 Rhoda, double desires. I would play 3. I don't know where to put the 3rd one. I might take out another afterburners, but I like double afterburners because you can send 1 and then maybe search 1 up your engage, pop stuff, pop back row. Double one guy, double afterburners, triple lightning storm. You gotta play 3 of this, otherwise there's no reason to, you know, play it, because the reasoning is you want this, like the cards like this, you want in your hand at all times, like your opening hand, right? That's the point, because you hope your opponent overextends and then you just destroy them outright. Because everybody in this game basically plays with like all gas, you know what I mean? Like if Spright is able to full combo you 99% of the time, they're gonna full combo you, right? They're not just gonna stop at like a gigantic Spright or something and just pass turn to you and then hope, oh, I'm trying to play around Lightning Storm. No, they're not gonna do that, right? They're gonna go all gas. So that's why you play 3 of these board breakers. Same thing with Dark Ruler No More, right? You got to play 3 of those kind of cards because you want it in your opening hand, right? That's the most impactful part of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Especially again with a lot of decks with a lot of gas. Double, triple tags talent. The reason for this is that you need your opponent to do something, right? And if your opponent doesn't do anything on your turn, dead card, right? So yeah. So we took out a ghost spell, we took out another, I think, Nibiru, and then we put in double, triple attack his talent. Try saying that 3 times. And also, again, I always try to do draw 2 or take control of 1. I almost never do the 1 card thing, because drawing 2 to me is more advantage than just your opponent putting away 1. Now, to be fair, if you go first, right, and your opponent ashes you or something, I can see the reasoning why you would do that, but who cares? You set up your board, you're gonna be fine. If you play that kind of deck, like, you're gonna set up like 50 negates. Who cares what your opponent has, right? Nobody plays kaijus realistically, I think, on the higher ladder, right? But yeah, I would always recommend you draw 2 or you take control of the monster. So always do that. 1 multi-roll, 1 horny drones, triple widow anchor, 1 shark cannon, 3 linkage. Fairly standard extra deck, right? I don't think anything's changed there. Double red ray, triple blue ray, 3 green ray, 1 yellow ray, 1 phoenix, double Zeke, 1 dark, 1 Celine, 1 Axis Code Talker. I would like to play Unicorn, but I don't know what to take out, right? You could take out like a green ray, because realistically, green ray, you're only gonna summon it twice, right? One to send like your Ray of Rose, and then another time to send like another spell so you can get the bonus effect. But until Azalea comes out, then it's why Azalea, I guess, is a mini tangent, right? But Azalea is really good because it saves you on an extra deck slot, right? It kind of matters because if Azalea exists, then you probably don't need to play double Zeke, right? You can just play 1 Zeke, and also you don't have to play Phoenix or I guess Cerberus, but nobody really plays Cerberus, right? Like that kind of card, because it's generic spot removal. So it saves you 1 extra slot, so now you can play like, I don't know, again, like Unicorn, you can play another Charmer, you can play anything you want, right? Me personally, when that eventually comes out, I might again take out a green ray, take out the Phoenix, take out the, I guess not the Zeke, but I would take out the green ray, take out the Phoenix, and then play something like IP Masquerena and Unicorn, so I can shuffle stuff on your opponent's turn, right? So that's an option. Anyways, that's enough about the deck list, but I made some changes, right? So we added in triple Tigers talent. We'll see how that goes. Right, we will see how that goes. And now on to some gameplay. Hey, we returned. Here's some gameplay. Here's some gameplay. Oh, we draw no hand traps. Isn't that fun? You make 1 change and then go, oh, no hand traps for you, Kevin. Sprite, of course. What else would it be? They're just gonna pop off. It doesn't matter, right? It does not matter. It's gonna pop off. You guys doing well? Huh? Doing great? Hope you're doing great. Doing absolutely fabulous in your life. Gigantic Spright. See, again, that's like the 4th summon, so can't be related anyways. Well, they were, I don't know why they did that. Well, that's gonna negate your Nibiru anyway, so that's fine, right? But hey, we draw like a bunch of draw cards. We'll draw into something broken. They're probably gonna activate their monster effect, right? Sprite Elf or Max EU or something, so we can activate triple tax talent. So we're playing against Tri-Brigade Spright. It's probably the most annoying and like consistent version, right? Because you got disruption through like the trap to make the link. You got negates all day. Everything's basically a 1 card starter deck. So if you don't draw on a Sprite, you can draw on the Tri-Brigade cards and just do that. So we see double set, 1 card in hand, probably maxi, right? I don't know. So we draw a Shark Cannon. Alright, what do you do? Leave a comment down below right now what your line of play would be. What's the first step or first card you would play? Absolutely, so we'll see. You got it? Yeah? Here's what I decided to do. I'll play it out, right? And my reasoning. So we do multi-roll first, right? Why do you do that, Kevin? If you know nothing about Sky Striker, I think Sky Striker's been like active long enough and at least relevant, or I think even the most basic or new player would know that, oh, multi-roll is trouble, so you gotta negate that. That's the ultimate bait card, right? If it gets negated, that's fine. Another card won't get negated, right? So if it doesn't get negated, then you can just set another card and now all your spells can't be responded to, and that's probably a big problem, right? So we gotta play around a spell, we gotta play around a quick effect negate, and then we kind of gotta play around Sprite Elf too, but they don't have anything in the graveyard at the moment aside from maybe Sprite Blue, or if they decide to be very smart and like they tribute the red and just resummon it, right? That's an option too, but we have something to banish it with Shark Cannon, right? So always multi-roll, which they do take the bait, so I'm like, great, fine. Now our engage can maybe go through, and we don't have to play around Ash. But if they Ash us, then we have triple times talent, right? So, you know what I mean? Now there was a moment right there what I could have, let's say, decided to not let that go, right? Right? Or something like that. But you know, whatever. That's fine. Even if you banish it, it doesn't negate the effect because the, I guess the you know, the requirement to activate it is if this card is sent to the graveyard. So it was semicolon. Now you can draw a card, right? So the only thing you can do realistically is just Ash it. So upstart. Draw a Lightning Storm. Hey, hey. Now we're gonna bait out the trap if they have it, which they do. Alright, there's no reason to attack because you want to bait out interactions from your opponent. Right, Sky Tracker again is you want to make it as simple as possible. Your opponent has less interaction than you, and you have more than them, right? Or you can play through their interactions, so they're down to one more interaction, right? Well, potentially two. Maybe three, right? Depending on what they do with Spright Elf. So we're gonna send a lot of garbage, doesn't matter. Add Karas. Starter card. Another upstart, hilarious. Draw into Rose. And Gag. They're gonna maxi us, feels bad. So I guess the card in their hand was maybe maxi, or they drew into it. Who knows? Now we're gonna Widow Anchor. Draw a card. We draw an array. Oh my god. Right, I was trying to play around maxi. Here's another thing, right? I don't know if it's just me because I don't really play super special summon decks, right? But don't get tilted off maxi, right? I don't know why, but well, I know why, right? Because people want a combo, but I always see like posts on Reddit and people just complaining about maxi, like, you know, makes you lose games. Wah wah wah. Don't get tilted, right? It's part of the game, right? You had you can draw maxi, but you didn't have the skill to draw it. Like I didn't have the skill to draw it, right? They had the skill to draw it. But don't get tilted off maxi. You can still win even if you get maxi, right? Especially other decks when they can just combo off and just like you gotta play through maybe like a couple hand traps. But I think every other deck can basically OTK, right? But yeah, don't get tilted off maxi. Now it's like you gotta think about how many cards you want to give your opponent. You want to give them as few as possible, but still give you a chance, right? So there's, I guess that's a little skill involved there, right? You can't just get tilted off maxi like, oh my god, it did maxi, it's over. You can't do that, right? Let's just see why. So I decided to search Widow Anchor so we can steal Spright Elf, and then also we can triple ties talent, take this, pop both some monsters we summon, right? We hopefully clear the entire board, right? Because again, they're almost like basically out of gas. Like all their Tri-Brigade stuff is like in the graveyard, almost. We're just gonna manage that. That's fine. Right. We know that's Karas, so it's not an Ash or anything like that. So we don't gotta play around Nib or something stupid, right? Unless they draw it. So take control of that. Again, if we didn't get maxi, I probably would have done a double draw, but that's fine. Attack that, attack that. Right. No reason to double dip with Ray. We can't kill them. Don't give them another card if we don't have to. So the least way we could do is just to make Zeke send off this. Alright, now here's the option, right? What do you summon? You go into Blu-ray and do what, right? The only option you really have to maybe survive another turn is to go into Red Ray, so you can add back and Gog, right? Add back and Gog, because we know the only card they have in Karas, and like, you know, you gotta take that risk. Do they have Ash? If they have it, fine, they're only down to Karas. And then they can just make maybe another one of these and just banish your cards, and that's basically it, right? So, search for Red Ray, add back, and Gog. You see, he's not Veil, he's not Imperm, so here we go. Got Ash? I think you got Ash. You draw Widow Anchor. You draw Engage! Oh my god! It happened. I've played this deck for like basically since the beginning, right? And that's never happened to me. Drawing Engage off Engage, that finally happened. I'm glad I have footage of it. So you could imagine me just popping off like, oh my god, it happened. So yeah, search your Widow Anchor, search your linkage, right? And then if you get hit with Heartbeats, Feather Duster, or Lightning Storm, so be it. You gotta play it. We draw Ghost Spell, so great. Hit the trap. You gotta set it, otherwise you lose, right? You have to honor it. So they just draw Lightning Storm because they're very skilled. You know, linkage into our Red Ray. Right. Remember, you can resummon another Red Ray if you have another Red Ray. There's linkage. Right. You can only summon it once per turn, but still. Now, you can have back and Gog. You don't have any handies. The Karas is gonna pop off. That's fine. We can still be alive. We're just gonna fast forward. Ray's gonna come out. Battle phase. Baby Bray. No Maxi. No Maxi. Target that. Can attack. And this is slightly lower attack. Alright, so 99% sure we know that's trap. We absolutely know that's trap. That's Ghost Spell. And like, there's no way they can stop our Ghost Spell, right? So we basically win. We basically win. Here, I'll let you, I guess I'll pause and then you could write again in the comments down below how this is a game. Essentially a game, right? Yeah, so we're gonna search for another Windwanker, draw another card, let's see what we got. Max Cope, thank you game, I appreciate you. Horn and Drones. They're gonna chain Tri-Brigade Revolt. I'm like, of course you do. Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell, Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell says no. And now we can basically make access code and we win. Because access code is going to be 53. We steal this, and then that's going to be 84, and that's basically game. Right, so here we go. We're going to fast forward this. Sorry this video was like super long, but I'll rather be in depth than too vague. And you're like, why did you do that? I don't get it. Why did you do that? There you go. That's why. So, like I said, it doesn't matter what you add. You're going to lose. So long as you don't have Gores, right? So there's that. Here's an opportunity to nib me. If not, so now we enter battle phase, we attack, we win. Again, don't get, I guess the key moral of the story is don't get tilted off Maxi. You can still win, right? You just need to make sure you have to give your opponent as few cards as possible. Now, to be fair, not every deck can do that, I understand. Right? But you got it, don't get tilted, right? You gotta play through it. Don't get mad. Alrighty. Now we'll move on to viewer replay of the day, because this video is pretty long already, but you know, I'd rather do, I guess, longer videos, but then once every couple days, because I'd rather show you something interesting than just like every match I do, because not all the matches are interesting, right? Sometimes your opponent just surrenders because you just lightning storm them, and like, what's the skill in that? You know what I mean? So anyways, on to viewer replay of the day. Hey, we're back to viewer replay of the day. Thank you to Song8erd. I know it probably means Songbird, but thank you for sharing your replay with me. Of course, please check your email to you know, to show your contact information with me, and I will send the race sticker as soon as possible. And of course, if you want to get a free one from me, just fill out the form down below, and if you're featured on the next replay, I will send one directly to you for free, of course. All right, so I've not seen this yet. We drew Maxi, double Ash, one Ghost Spell, one Upstart, and we are playing Sky Striker. Cool, 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 cool. All right, let's see how it goes. 40 cards, you'll love to see it. Exorcisters. Oh, we're playing against Sunvalon. Ash, of course it does, right? A lot of skill. All right, we're gonna let this play out. So I guess the next Ash point will probably be that, or if they have the Rika spell, right? The tribute and summon, kind of like Silent Manning, right? So I'm gonna tribute, sure. Now the only thing we have left is Ghost Spell, but I don't know where you would Ghost Spell. Maybe Aroma Sage Jasmine, if that shows up. Maybe, right? So that's the one you maybe Ash do. So, all right, we're gonna play out. Let it play out. Exorcister sleeves, Exorcister's topped. The MCS thing. Or you can Ash, I mean, or Ghost Spell that, but it doesn't matter. So. Feels bad. Sometimes your opponent just has all the outs and you can't do anything, right? It's just skill, right? It's a skill. Luck is a skill, gang. Alright, they're gonna end up Teardrop. Here we go. Anything? Nope, multi-roll. See, Upstart into multi-roll. Or Upstart into something. Afterburner, sure. Or that. Now, personally, I probably would have activated multi-roll to get, I guess, free advantage off afterburners, because I mean, you kind of you gotta buy time until you either draw a Ray or something like that. But it looks like they're basically almost set up, and they can probably one card starter, right? So I would have done that differently, but yeah, I guess you're playing around Harpy's Fast Duster, but at the same time they have Field Spelled up, so you can't get Lightning Storm. So it's a one-off. I mean, they got like 32 cards left in the deck. Maybe they can draw it, but I don't think they have any like generic draw cards, so you have to hope they draw it. So I would have probably activated multi-roll and then afterburners to get free advantage, but you know, I don't see that as a wrong decision, because you're kind of screwed regardless, right? If you get hit with Harpies, then you're down like 2 cards. You only got Ash left, and that's too much. So you gotta Ash that. Because they don't, they can just add some Milan and just pop off even more. Right. Aromages, princess, sure. They contribute. Or control set 1 for free. They set the one that can steal, right? So here's Jasmine. Yep, Jasmine. Jasmine, normal summon. Special summon. Now this is why I think it's kind of like the Exorcister deck, right? Like Exorcister basically revolves around Martha, and I guess same thing with Math Mech, how it kind of just died off. The circular gets negated, you're kind of like, I don't know, twiddling your thumbs, right? So I feel like Rika's kind of same thing. Oh, we draw Ray, hooray! And then we enter battle phase. Yep, you have to. I mean, you have to force them to do it, right? So no green Ray, that sucks. You're gonna pop off some more. Grab you that, battle, yep, search. Or princess, and cactus. Oh, that's like full on floodgates. Sure. Now here's why I think activating multi-roll ahead of time is always a good idea. Because now if they remember that green ray is that during battle, so it's either player, right? So if your opponent attacks you, you can use the effect. So say for example you activated multi-roll and then you didn't activate maybe afterburners, but probably would have, right? You can reset maybe an engage or something to save your ass, but it's fine. 10 rows, yeah, I got 10 rows. Good stuff, an extra monster zone. But at the same time, it's also a starter card, so I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to draw it right now at the moment. You want to draw stuff like Widow Anchor to negate this at least, right? And now they're just floodgating you like crazy. But at the same time, 1800 attack, that's not too big. Draw Ash feels bad. That's the exact amount of defense to barely survive. So now they can't special summon, so what are you gonna do? Wow, your opponent screwed themselves. Yeah. Draw a Shark Cannon. Doesn't matter, no reason to set that. You're just gonna play around Harpies, right? It's past. Wow, your opponent screwed themselves. Oh my god. They didn't need to be dumb and Cactus Bouncer for no reason. Now we're just waiting for. Well, I think. Well, you could have cleared that, maybe not really. You still don't have starter cards. So you just wait. We draw Ray, hooray! Now we can multi-roll this off, right? So we can Widow Anchor Cactus Bouncer. And then now you're basically free to pop off, I think, unless these are all hand traps, which it looks like they're probably not. So no Maxi. See Red Ray. We have Ash. Or no, Veiler. I mean, there's a thing in the graveyard, so yeah, that's gonna negate it. My brother's really loud. He did a grunt. Blu-ray, yeah, Blu-ray. Blu-ray, reset your stuff with multi-roll. Yeah, reset. For sure, and Gag. So now you got double and Gag and Widow Anchor, and I don't think your opponent can really kill you. Yeah. Because now, unfortunately, because of the stupid cactus, you're kind of set up too. Right? Sometimes you don't need to do that. It's like people playing the Idol and Branded Despia. You don't need to do that. You know what I mean? So Widow Anchor, yeah, that's probably a good time to get. Because that's, I think, also OTK potential, right? Yeah. Another Jasmine, sure. Pop off. This is turn 13. Wow. Cannot imagine how long this actually took in real life. There you go. Sweet Magra. Remember her in Duel Links. Remember that? Aroma. And Duel Links. That was like the most budget deck you can get because I think they were all rares. Unfortunately, you got hit with Called By, so no Ray. We have double and Gag, so good. Oh, it feels bad. Draw that too late. And Gag to Ray, of course. Draw the card. See. Ooh, Droplet. It's pretty good. Search for Widow Anchor. Yep. Draw Upstart. Now, to be fair, I would have maybe activated the Upstart anyways, because there's no realistic way, I think, for you to OTK them. and like you might as well negate stuff for free, right? Yeah, I mean you're gonna draw a card, they give them 8,000. I think that's fine. There's nothing realistically you can do to OTK them anyways. So might as well just draw in the cards, like that might break their board even further, right? So I would have done that instead, but it's fine. The only thing you need to worry about is just that. Everything else is kind of like whatever. A bless and win, sure, whatever. That's gonna be negated, Ray. Thankfully you didn't tribute because of call by. Remember that's 2 turns, or you know, 1 whole whatever phase. Red Ray at back. Gag, I assume. Gag into Afterburners, yeah, Afterburners. Maximum cope. That gets protection, unfortunately. Blue Ray. Is that any plant? Plant Link Monster. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe you could have popped that instead. Maybe pop that or that. Probably pop this, right? But I don't know. I'm assuming you. I'm assuming you were maybe trying to bait that out. Forgot to read. I'm sorry. Now we can reset Woodwanker and reset probably everything, right? Might as well. I mean, you're gonna draw Harpy's Feather Duster? I hope not. We race search for Woodwanker, yeah. We got double hand traps. We're all good. They're gonna lose. Because they're all to gas. They're at 5. Right, sure. Summon that, whatever. Max cope, why not? Oh, I'd have to cross out. A lot of skill. Little spell says no. And they just quit. Wow. Dragged it out. Hey, sometimes that's what you gotta do. I think your opponent got screwed the moment they summoned that cactus plant thing. Again, sometimes you don't need to rely on floodgates. The same thing with Sky Striker. Like, personally, I was never a huge fan of playing like there could be only one and stuff like that, because yeah, you can floodgate out your opponent, but now it becomes like, excuse me, like a top deck kind of war, especially if like you have opportunity to kill your opponent, but you gotta just keep poking, and it's just, I don't know, it's not fun. But yeah, congratulations, thank you Songbird for sending your replay. Please check your email, and I will send the sticker right away. Alrighty, and of course, if you got replays to share, you want to get a free race sticker, just send it my way. Fill out the form down below. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. If you like what you saw, you want to see more Sky Striker related content, and probably tournament whenever that eventually comes. There's a guy for that, but the problem is I don't know what's gonna get banned. Probably Kakalos, right? Anyways, thank you. See you around, gang. Johnny. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and sub for me, please.